At 5:47 p.m. on November 12, 1927, William Porter climbs the iron ladder bolted to lamppost number 1847 on Beacon Street, Boston. 43 years old. 17 years as a municipal lamplighter, 4,200 consecutive nights without absence. The wind cuts through his wool coat at 23 miles per hour. Temperature 31 degrees. In his leather satchel, 1 brass igniter, 2 replacement mantles, a wire brush, municipal work order, 4,471. Tonight he will light 80 lamps across 6 miles of city streets. Tomorrow, 40 of them will be gone. We're curious to know which city you're watching us from. Please let us know. We read your comments and respond to them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Porter's hands know lamppost 1847 without looking. Right foot on rung 3. Left hand grips at shoulder height. The glass enclosure opens counterclockwise, always counterclockwise. 17 years of muscle memory. Inside, the Welsbach mantle glows faint gray in the twilight. He tests it with his thumb. Firm. No cracks. The gas valve turns 3/4 open. No more, no less. Too much, and the flame roars orange and soots the glass. Too little, and it gutters out by midnight. The brass igniter sparks. Once. The mantle catches. Burns white-green, settles to steady incandescence. Light spreads across the cobblestones below. 47 seconds, lamppost to lamppost. Porter descends, crosses the street, begins again at number 1848. He started this route in 1910. 18 years. Back then, Boston had 8,200 gas lamps. Porter worked District 7, the Back Bay and Beacon Hill, 80 lamps assigned to his name. His father was a lamplighter. His grandfather before that. The trade ran in families, passed father to son with the route maps and the igniter and the knowledge of which valves stuck in winter, which glass enclosures cracked in summer heat. By 1927, the city has 3,100 gas lamps remaining. The rest are electric now. Clean white arc lights that ignite themselves at dusk, extinguish at dawn, require no human hand. The Department of Public Works employs 127 lamplighters in 1920. By 1925, 58. This year, 23, Porter knows their names. He knows which ones already received termination notices. He knows the city plans to convert his entire district by spring. At 6:19 p.m., Porter reaches lamppost 1863 at the corner of Marlborough Street. The mantle is shattered. He pulls the replacement from his satchel, fits it over the burner tip, secures the retaining ring. The new mantle must be burned in slowly, or it will crack. He opens the valve 1/4, ignites it, watches the fabric incandesce, burn away, leave the fragile ceramic skeleton that will produce light. 90 seconds. He opens the valve to 3/4, the lamp glows steady. The Welsbach mantle, invented by Karl Auer von Welsbach in 1885, revolutionized gas lighting. Before Welsbach, gas flames burned yellow, smoky, dim. His mantle, woven from cotton soaked in thorium and cerium salts, produced brilliant white light when heated. Brighter than candles. Cheaper than early electric bulbs. For 40 years, gas lighting held its ground against electricity. Then came the tungsten filament in 1904, the practical arc light in 1910, mass production driving costs down, down, down. Porter lights, lamp 1864, lamp 1865, lamp 1866. At each post, he checks the gas flow, inspects the enclosure for cracks, cleans the glass if it's suited. The city requires each lamp to burn from dusk until 11 p.m., then again from 4 a.m. until dawn. During the war years, 1917 to 1918, they burned all night. Coal shortages meant gas shortages. Some nights, Porter worked with valves opened barely a whisper, flames so low they barely lit the sidewalk. At 7:02 p.m., he finishes the Beacon Street section, 28 lamps. He turns down Commonwealth Avenue, where the gaslights march in double rows beneath the elm trees. The city planted these elms in 1880. The gas lamps went in the same year. For 47 years, the trees and the lights have grown together. Next spring, when the electric poles go in, the Public Works Department will cut down 14 elms to make space for the wiring. Porter knows this because he read the memo. Municipal Work Order 4471, dated November 1st, outlines the conversion schedule. Commonwealth Avenue, Phase 1, lampposts 2,100 through 2,300. Completion date April 15, 1928. Phase 2, lampposts 1,800 through 2,099. Completion date June 30th. His lamps, all of them. He lights lamp 2,101. The glass is clean. The mantle new, replaced 3 days ago. This lamp will burn for maybe 120 more nights. Then a work crew will arrive with ladders and wrenches, disconnect the gas line, unbolt a post from its concrete base, truck it away to the city yard on Albany Street where obsolete equipment goes to rust. At 7:34 p.m., snow begins. Light at first, then heavier. Porter pulls his cap lower, turns up his collar, continues his route. Lamp 2,114. Lamp 2,115. The snow collects on the glass enclosures, melts from the heat of the flames, runs down in small streams. By 8 p.m., visibility drops to 40 feet. He navigates by counting posts, by memory, by 17 years of walking these same streets in rain, in snow, in August, heat and January ice. Other cities already made the conversion. New York began replacing gas lamps in 1912. By 1920, fewer than 300 remained, most in historic districts where residents fought to preserve them. Philadelphia converted in stages from 1915 to 1923. Chicago finished its conversion in 1926. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, all gone to electric. Boston held out longer than most, partly because the city owned its own gasworks, partly because the Lamplighters Union fought hard, partly because certain neighborhoods, certain wealthy neighborhoods, preferred the softer light of gas. But preference yields to economics. An electric lamp costs the city $18 per year to operate. A gas lamp, with fuel, maintenance and porter's salary, costs $94. Multiply by 3,100 lamps. The city saves $235,600 annually by switching to electric. The numbers are clear. The decision is made. Porter lights lamp 2,142 at 8:47 p.m. The snow falls heavier now, 3 inches accumulated, more coming. His route takes him past the Gibson House, the Bailey House, the Hotel Vendome, where the brick glows warm behind the snow. Lights in the windows, electric lights, steady and bright. He remembers when these buildings used gas for everything. Lighting, heating, cooking. Now only the old street lamps remain. At 9:15 p.m., he reaches the end of Commonwealth Avenue, turns onto Dartmouth Street. 12 lamps here, then the final stretch along Newbury Street. His fingers are cold despite the gloves. The brass igniter feels like ice. He lights lamp 2,187. The mantle flares, settles, glows. Above him, electric wires run from pole to pole, already installed, waiting. The city planned ahead. When the gas lamps go dark, the electric lights will be ready. Porter's termination notice arrived on October 3rd. It cited municipal budget reorganization, technological advancement, position elimination effective, March 31st, 1928. Severance pay 8 weeks, pension none. The city offered positions in other departments, street sweeping, $22 per week. Waste collection, $24. He applied for both, no response yet. He lights the final lamp, number 2,200, at 9:58 p.m. Newbury Street, East End. The flame catches, the mantle glows. The light spreads across the snow-covered sidewalk. 6 miles walked. 80 lamps lit, 4,200, 1 consecutive nights complete. He closes his satchel, turns toward home, walks west through the falling snow. On the morning of November 13th, the Department of Public Works begins removing gas lamps from the south end. 24 lampposts, posts 3,400 through 3,423, disconnected and hauled away. The electricians follow behind, stringing wire, installing arc lights. The work takes 6 days. Porter receives his reassignment on November 19th. Street sweeping, Department of Sanitation, $22 per week, start date December 1st. He reports to the equipment yard at 6 a.m., receives his broom, his cart, his assigned route. 8 miles of streets, Kenmore Square to Copley Square. He sweeps 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year for $1,100 annually. As a lamplighter, he earned $1,680. Through the winter of 1927 and 1928, the conversion continues. The city removes 400 gas lamps before Christmas, another 600 by the end of February. Porter sweeps his route, watches the work crews arrive, watches the old lamps come down, the new ones go up. At night, walking home, he sees the electric lights burning in perfect rows, identical spacing, identical brightness. No variation, no personality, no human touch. On March 17, 1928, the work crews reach Commonwealth Avenue. They start at the east end, post 2,300, work westward. Porter watches them unbolt lamp 2,187, the post on Dartmouth Street, where he lit his last lamp on November 12th. The crew disconnects the gas line, caps it, lifts the post with a truck-mounted crane, sets it in the bed of a flatbed truck. 47 seconds to remove what took 47 years to build. The last gas lamp in Porter's district, post 1,847 on Beacon Street, comes down on April 9th. The first lamp he lit on his final route, the city archives the post number for historical records. The lamp itself goes to the city yard, then to scrap. The brass fittings are worth $1.30. The iron post, $4.70. Total salvage value, $6. By June 1928, Boston has 180 gas lamps remaining, all in historic Beacon Hill, preserved by neighborhood petition. The city assigns one lamplighter to maintain them. His name is Thomas Brennan, 67 years old, 42 years of service. He lights them manually each evening, extinguishes them each morning, the last practitioner of a vanishing trade. William Porter continues sweeping streets. In 1932, the city lays him off during Depression budget cuts. He finds work as a night watchman, then as a janitor, then nothing. In 1935, at age 51, he dies of pneumonia at Boston City Hospital. The newspaper obituary runs 2 sentences. No mention of the 4,200 nights, the 80 lamps, the 17 years walking through snow and rain to light the city's streets. Thomas Brennan retires in 1938. The city does not replace him. The 180 historic gas lamps are converted to electric fixtures disguised as gas lamps, with fake mantles and glass enclosures that enclose electric bulbs. They burn automatically, controlled by timers, no human intervention required. In 1942, the city scraps the last gas lighting infrastructure. The underground pipes, installed in 1835, are capped and abandoned. Some remain beneath the streets still, forgotten, unmapped, buried under a century of progress. Today, 7 authentic gas lamps survive in Boston, preserved as historic artifacts, maintained by the city's Historical Commission. They burn natural gas, fitted with modern automatic ignition systems. No one lights them by hand. No one climbs the ladders. No one checks the mantles or cleans the glass. The profession of lamplighter, which employed 71,000 workers across America in 1910, employed 0 by 1950. The transition took 40 years. The transition was complete. The transition erased a way of life that stretched back to 1792, when William Murdoch installed the first coal-gas street lamps in Cornwall, England. Porter's brass igniter, the one he carried for 17 years, passed to his daughter after his death. She kept it in a drawer for 30 years, then donated it to the Bostonian Society in 1965. It sits now in the museum's collection, item number 1965.42. 17, occasionally displayed in exhibits about 19th century technology. The brass is tarnished. The striker mechanism still works. The museum label reads Lamplighters Igniter, circa 1910. Used to light gas street lamps, gift of the Porter family. No mention of the 80 lamps, no mention of the snow and the rain and the 4,200 consecutive nights, no mention of William Porter, who climbed ladders in the dark to bring light to his city, until the city decided it no longer needed him, or anyone like him, ever again.